Like, hey, buddy. Oh! Oh! I'm breakdancing in the middle of the street. Don't bother me.
Oh, shit.
This guy I've seen pop up every now and again, and I finally gave his channel a shot. And Become the Night. This dude, he has a hot take series, basically describing 40 bands in one sentence or less. And I guess we're just gonna check it out and just... There's 2 of them and they're very short, and I guess we're gonna see if we agree or disagree with it.
Already. I have my own hot takes when it comes to music a lot of times.
So...
The only thing is, basically, so if you met me back in high school or early college, I would make you mad. Because at that point, I thought that everything that I thought about music was the be-all, end-all. And if you disagreed with me, you were fucking dumb. And I've aged considerably and become much wiser since then. And therefore, nowadays, if you ask me if I like something and I do not like it, I will just tell you I'm not a fan.
So you've become nuanced in your age.
I guess.
Nuance means that you basically accept that you have an opinion, but that does not make it a fact.
I've become more tolerant of just like, if it makes you happy, fucking go for it. I really don't care. I think that the bands that I listen to deserve more recognition than they have in some capacity, but I'm not mad at any individual people for listening to other things besides them, you know.
Well, Becoming the Night has this series, and he, just so you know, everybody, he's not 100% serious about these. Some of them he's just saying because it's for the sake of comedy.
Well, I can tell by Mike the Music Snob that he's like openly admitting like, I am being overly snobby about this music, basically. Yes. He's like, I'm going to give opinions that make me sound like I am better than you because of these opinions, but I do admit that that's not the case, basically, you know.
All right.
That's what I grabbed from that. We'll see when I actually hear it.
We're going to watch these and see what happens. Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
The Beatles, watching your kids slowly change from innocent youths into hippie burnouts. The Rolling Stones, proof that using too many drugs either embalms you for life or turns you into a vampire. Pink Floyd, the most abused album logo by posers, hands down. Metallica, if you had a tub of Neapolitan ice cream and scooped out the entire middle flavor. AC/DC, the world's most...
But what was the middle flavor?
Usually it's strawberry, chocolate, vanilla.
If you take my chocolate, fuck you. Dickheads. Like, leave my chocolate
ice cream
alone.
And scooped out the entire middle flavor. AC/DC, the world's most successful bar band, also known as white trash royalty.
Yeah.
Motley Crue.
I agree. Hey, I like AC/DC, and I don't care.
I'm not a fan.
Fair enough.
I mean, I appreciate Thunderstruck, and I appreciate Back in Black, but I don't go out of my way to listen to them on any sort of regular basis whatsoever.
Fair enough.
Successful bar band, also known as white trash royalty. Motley Crue, voted most likely to get their asses kicked at a Metallica concert. Queen,
probably
if the cast of Glee started a rock band and only one of the members was gay. Led Zeppelin.
Okay, so, yeah, but Glee fucking blows. I mean, okay, I just got through telling you, I'd usually tell you I'm not a fan, but Glee fucking blows, and I have a personal vendetta against Glee for reasons of people that I've known in the past that like Glee that I hope trip on curbs for the rest of their life every time they try to step onto one. You know, I wish bad things upon them, but not death. Does that make sense?
Fair enough.
I hope their favorite deodorant is always out of stock at the store they go to. Like, I hope that all of their bananas go brown the day after they buy them. Those kind of people. Those are the kind of people I've run into that are fans of Glee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not anything really against Glee. It's just a personal
I hope their
bias.
refrigerator breaks and all their food spoils.
Basically, yeah.
The cast of Glee started a rock band and only one of the members was gay. Led Zeppelin, the world's best known cover band. Green.
Oh, but in retrospect, I will say that Queen, you can't summarize Queen in one sentence. Like,
no, it's difficult to do that.
It's just an injustice. Like, Queen is what's fucking up. Like, and I wish there were more bands like them today, but they're not.
Same.
Day. Punks who are not self-aware enough to realize they've already sold out. Nirvana. True. It's only too soon because you're even more obsessive than Kurt Cobain was. Maroon 5. When your band slowly gets replaced by the Borg in Star Trek. Foo Fighters. One man's dream of running as far away from Nirvana as he possibly can. Pearl Jam. Is it a problem when you can't tell if the singer is saying well, whale, or while? Well, Muse, the gifted kid in high school who goes on in the future to become a CEO of Comcast. Iron Maiden, voted most likely to kick Motley Crue's ass at the Metallica concert.
Hell yeah.
Yes! I can definitely see that.
I actually don't think they would ever do that because they're too nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, just in terms of music, like, definitely. Like, I mean, Motley Crue being the flamboyant hair metal of music, like, you know, the godfathers of flamboyant hair metal, basically.
Yeah.
And Iron Maiden being basically the godfather of tasty ass fucking metal riffs.
Well, they were one of the progenitors and heads of the new wave of British heavy metal.
Not to mention,
which killed punk.
Not to mention the godfathers of completely overusing triplets in metal, which I'm weirdly okay with.
I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
You
You can blame Steve for that one. You can blame Steve Harris, the bassist, for that. That's all he does.
I mean, fine. Like, it's awesome. I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
Triplets are sweet.
That's his picking style. He uses these three fingers.
I really feel like if you start a band nowadays, though, and you play as many triplets as Iron Maiden plays, though, nobody else will take you as seriously as they did Iron Maiden.
Fair.
It's kind of not fair, like, when you think about it, but yeah.
Voted most likely to kick Motley Crue's ass at the Metallica concert. Nickelback. They are almost as bad as you think they are. ABBA.
Almost.
Everybody's guilty pleasure, even yours. Sting. 1996 world champion in whisper singing. Opeth. They'd make nihilism great again if it was worth the time.
I gotta send this video to Andrew now. So my bro Andrew Opeth is his absolute favorite band.
Leprous. If Muse used an 8-string guitar and stopped being 4/4 plebs.
Holy shit!
They never.
Right?
Damn.
Like, damn.
That's a heavy head. That's a heavy-headed take there, man.
Have you listened to Leprous?
Like, Muse isn't just stuck in 4/4.
Well, that's true, but a little bit more than Leprous for sure. Like, Leprous is basically.
Well, Leprous is prog in some sense.
They are prog, like, for sure. Like, I've never thought of them as math metal, but now that he's making me think about it, I'm like, yeah, they're kind of mathy.
Which that's the thing about.
I mean, my favorite song by them literally goes dun 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 dun.
Which that's the thing with Mike, with Mike. He is a math metal / prog metal like nerd. He loves that stuff.
I mean, they're just impressive because they stay on beat with each other when there's no fucking beat to stay with. Like, you know what I mean?
That's just from years of playing together, dude.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Like, you can look at somebody and know.
You almost feel like they have some sort of psychic connection, or they are indeed like an AI that was programmed to look like a band. Like,
maybe.
They're kind of like the Do, but like all set up to be band members.
They're a unified hive mind that all play different instruments.
Pretty much. They got some good stuff, though, for real. If you guys haven't checked out Leprous, definitely check out Leprous.
Dream Theater. They never learned the definition of the word wankery. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's not what I expected for Dream Theater.
Well, again, Dream Theater, I mean, what can he say about it? I mean, I've heard him gush about Petrucci. He says Petrucci's probably like top 3 favorite guitarists for him.
And see, like, I acknowledge Petrucci as being really fucking good at guitar, but I also feel like Petrucci, like, the best way I've heard it described over and over again by different people is he doesn't put soul into the music, though. Only in certain instances. Like, there are certain songs, like Glass Prison has shit tons of soul.
As he's gotten
Panic
older,
Attack has shit tons of soul, but a lot of their music just feels very soulless.
I would say yes to that, and I would also say it's happened more as they've gotten older. And it's because
it feels too much like he's just a computer there to add guitar to it. Know what I mean? Like,
well, and that's one thing when a lot of people, like, I would say technically he's perfect. Technically, he's one of the more perfect guitarists out there. Same thing can be said for John Mayung. John Mayung, a lot of people out there say John Mayung is the perfect bassist if only he could speak for himself.
My favorite part of Dream Theater, and it makes me sad that it's not a part of Dream Theater anymore, was always Mike Portnoy. Like,
Well, again, Mike was
one of the first.
was the soul of the band.
Yeah, he's one of the first drummers that made me really appreciate drums too. Like,
Well, and that's no
go back and basically listen to all the drum parts from all the other bands that I listened to.
Dude, but Mike Mangini is great. Mangini does great work with Dream Theater. But again, it's just Mike had a different feel to him. And of course, Jordan Rudess. I think Jordan Rudess is just a crazy good keyboardist. And
Plus,
James,
that's a cool wispy.
oh yeah, that's an awesome chin beard.
Yeah, chin beard.
And also James Labrie with the
he looks a little
dad
wizard,
coat.
a little wizardly. Like,
yes.
You know.
Also these pants. Like what's with all the studs, dude? Come on.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, skater kids who don't care that they're out of style and somehow magically making them in style. Kings of Leon, Sonic Youth with 1 year's worth of guitar lessons. Dave Matthews.
It fucked Kings of Leon.
Dude, everybody loves them though.
I don't. They're
I don't-
basic.
I don't really either, but like everybody else fucking does for some reason.
Dude, again, if the lead singer could tape his mouth shut for 2 seconds.
And Sonic Youth is a band that I like 100% attribute to my hipster friend from high school.
Oh, dude, Sonic Youth.
At the time, like hipster wasn't even really a term, but I had a hipster friend in high school
who was really into Sonic Youth.
He was really into indie stuff in general, and like Sonic Youth was one of his favorite bands. He got me into a lot of indie bands, and then he had an appreciation for like the most niche at the time metal that actually became really fucking popular nowadays, which Mastodon was one of them.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Like, and he was like, "Have you watched Metalocalypse?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "You got to watch Metalocalypse." And
there you
watch
go.
it.
The rest
He's
is
also the dude that's responsible for being like, "You got to play Guitar Hero, man." And I was like, "I'll let you
Really?
borrow my." He let me borrow his game just to try it. Like, and I was like, "That's trust."
You
like,
know,
he was a good friend. Like,
I had that too. My friend Todd let me borrow his for one night. And I was like, "Dude, I'll have this back to you. I'll bring it in a backpack tomorrow to school, and I'll give it back to you."
Oh, he was also a huge Tom Petty fan. And Tom Petty's popularity I saw just explode more and more as like I went on. Like, he was already a popular musician, but like I just kept hearing more and more people acknowledge Tom Petty's existence after Aaron told me about him in high school.
Tom Petty, my dad and my mom loved Tom Petty.
He's one artist that I feel like continued to gain popularity up until his death, and then just
now he's
beyond his death, you know.
Well,
like,
now he's a legend.
Yeah.
Now, well, because of his unfortunate passing, which rest in peace, Tom Petty. Anyway, sorry.
Dave Matthews Band. The majority of this fan base doesn't even realize just how good they are. Mumford and Son.
You know, that's the truth. Like, Dave Matthews Band's fans are so like by the book when it comes to praising Dave Matthews. I'm just like, wait.
It's like, what do you like about Dave Matthews? Oh, it's just good music. Good music.
He sings good songs. I'm like, are you like, the musicianship is really good? Have you all not listened to that at all? Like,
So,
I don't really pay attention to that.
I'm actually gonna admit something. I've never really even listened to Dave Matthews Band.
My mom's huge.
My
Dave
next door
Matthews
neighbor
fan.
Levi, who was like my best friend from like my age of as far as I can remember until I was like in middle school, he was a huge Dave Matthews Band fan, and he tried to get me to listen to him a few times, but they just left my head because I was too young and dumb to really process what I was hearing at the time.
My favorite Dave Matthews Band thing
The band he got me into, not band but artist, was Weird Al, because I heard it and I was like, ha, funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so
yeah, of course. But my favorite Dave Matthews thing is like, there's two things. Number one, they're from Virginia, Richmond, I think, which is really cool. And number two, they had a tour bus incident that resulted in their septic tank emptying out the side of their bus and getting shit all over a tourist group that was in a boat down below on the water.
Oh, man.
And Dave Matthews had to go on a huge apology tour about that, even though it wasn't his fault.
No,
it was his driver. The driver was just like, our septic tank's full. And instead of dumping it on the side of the road, we're just going to dump it in the water right here.
Even then, what are the fucking odds of the boat being right underneath of them when that happened? Like, you know, it's like...
My guess is the driver didn't
the
even
only
bother to
fault was destiny, because those people in the boat were destined to have a literally shitty day.
Yes, and it happened. But
they wronged God, they... looked at a kitten wrong, like something happened.
Imagine,
they did something.
Like,
they deserved that somehow, I'm sure.
I could just imagine like the boat driver looking up and be like, "Oh, hey, look, folks, it's raining."
Either that or reverse karma, and one of them won the lottery shortly after. But you know.
I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Mumford & Sons, that one Whole Foods market in eastern Kentucky. System of a...
Even though they're from the UK, bro, what the hell?
Hey, he's not wrong though.
You're right. Damn
it. Kentucky. System of a Down. When Armenians finally discovered cocaine.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, lyrically and vocally, yeah. But,
Derryn and his guitar playing, Jesus.
I mean, it's also just, like, Armenians, like, unleashing...
Rage,
like, and in the form of pure chaos. Like, and it's like justified rage, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
of course, and also Shavo's chin spike.
Oh yeah, I've always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure no women would. Like, I'm sure no women would if I tried to rock it, but.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you never know, dude.
Discovered cocaine. Steven Wilson voted most likely never to get over his high school crush. Black Sabbath voted the best band for launching your solo career. Coheed and...
Oh. What's he about to say? Huh?
Coheed and Cambria. How to lose a fan in 10 albums.
What? What is that even supposed to mean?
I think he's talking about their one shitty album. Maybe that was their 10th album.
They haven't made 10 albums yet. I don't think. Have they?
I think they have. I think they've made quite a few. Let's take a look. Coheed and Cambria. There they are. Coheed and Cambria, discography.
They're literally on my recently played on Spotify.
Oh, 10 albums. Okay.
It's exactly 10. Not what their most recent album was one of their best, so that's not right.
Which one was the one that you didn't like?
The one that's not lore related.
Which one?
The Color Before the Sun.
Oh, okay, 2015.
And it's not that I hate it, it's just I don't think it's as good as all the rest of them.
I wonder what he means by that, then.
I really don't get it. I don't know.
As if you all can't figure it out, Nick here is a huge Coheed and Cambria stan.
They're literally my favorite band. I mean, I understand if you don't like the style of music and stuff, but their story is fucking epic. Like, they have story behind the music. I don't even fully understand it. It's like Dark Souls, one of my other favorite things. Like, I fucking love Dark Souls. If you asked me to explain all of the story to you, I would still be missing parts because I still don't fully understand all of it.
Claudio Sanchez,
but it's awesome.
Just a tremendously
like, I got this tattooed on me because I was like, all right, even if they just put out an absolute, like,
stinker
diarrhea pile of an album at some point, this is an Amory Wars tattoo, which covers the lore of the albums that were out at that point, which was basically all of them at that point, and that's what I justify it as. So this represents the key work, which is the energy that holds the solar system and the story together, which is called Heaven's Fence. Mm-hmm. And during the Mage Wars, 9 planets and a sun break off from the key work and are lost in space, and no one knows what happened to them. And I was just like, that's fucking epic. 9 planets and a sun. For those of you who didn't pay attention in 2nd grade, that's us.
Yeah. And
I was like, that's such a fucking cool idea.
To me, that reminds me of the Macross series. Did you ever pay attention to that?
I never knew anything about
Macross or Mechasalt, because at the end of it, there's this experimental expeditionary vessel that is going on a extended journey to discover what's in dark space, and they maintain contact for quite some time, but eventually they lose them, and nobody knows what's happened to them. And even here we are 30 years later, and that question still has never been answered by the original artist, even though he's continued the Macross series through different stories set in the same universe. The main plot line that drove everyone, it was just like, wait, where's the expedition going? Where are they?
That's pretty interesting.
Not telling. And I'm just like,
I just think
fucker.
Claudio's concept, Claudio being the lead singer of Coheed,
the big hair dude, right?
With the
here.
awesome hair.
Yes.
It's just basically the reverse trope of the trope that gets used for fucking everything, which is humanity sets out and an expedition is lost away from Earth. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like the reverse concept. It's like Earth was lost away from this previously established place. And I was like, that's really cool. Like, it gives like a more epic idea to like the fact that we even exist, you know? Like, I mean, I don't know. I think it's awesome.
In 10 albums. The Monkees. Or the Backstreet Boys before it was lame. Queensryche. Voted most likely to kick Queensryche's ass at a Queensryche show.
He's not wrong. They hate each other.
Yeah.
The Ramones. They technically qualify as musicians.
Yes,
Bob
they do.
Seger. If Coors Banquet beer could make music. Cypress Hill. If marijuana could make music.
Yes.
Rage Against the Machine.
Wait. I have something to say about Cypress. I saw Cypress Hill live at Carolina Rebellion, an outdoor venue. The ridiculously fucking huge cloud of weed smoke. I've never seen anything like that in my life before.
Well, Be Real is a massive
like people talk about getting a contact high. That's not a thing that happens. That's not really a thing. But if there was ever a possibility to get a contact high, it's at a Cypress Hill concert.
Well, yeah. I mean, dear God in heaven.
Like, I've never seen a hot box in an outdoor environment. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Just them heavy clouds, bro. Them heavy clouds of cannabis.
It's like there was literally like the crowd,
by the way,
and then a mirror of the crowd in the shape of a marijuana cloud above the crowd.
But, hey, YouTube, before you go ape shit on our channel and just like
it's legal here.
It's legal in Virginia. So
legal
stop.
here.
Stop. Get some help.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Rage Against the Machine. Were confused and wound up thinking that they were the machine. Counting Crows, your 13-year-old cousin who mumble whines every time he talks.
Ow.
The Doors, commonly misunderstood as a good rock band.
Hey, fuck you! Fuck you!
Dude, come on!
Go fuck yourself.
Dude, they're a psychedelic band. I mean, come on. Manzarek and Krieger and Dinsmore are tremendous musicians. And say what you will about Jim Morrison, some of his lyrics are just amazing.
Yep.
I mean... yeah, they're in the midst of a heightened stupor, but what do you expect? Come on.
That's the first one I really don't agree with him on. I'm like, you gonna insult the Doors? Like, nah. Like, the Doors are fucking amazing.
I love the Doors.
Like, the Doors are probably my, like, number one respected classic rock band besides Queen.
Band. Simon and Garfunkel. They've gone to look for testosterone. Crush 40. Crushed their own dreams of ever not being known as the Sonic Band. Godsmack, when you've breathed in so much of the fumes from the meth you've been cooking that you wind up burning down your own trailer in protest. Bye.
God damn. That's a hot
I think
take.
that's a little harsh for Godsmack. They're not that bad. Like, they're not that meth
During
heady.
their commercial period where they
Do
were
some meth heads listen to Godsmack? Absolutely. But
Yes.
are they like a meth head associated band? Nah.
Again, it's just their commercial period was just the exact same shit over and over and over.
But they also fit exactly in with the kind of angry music that me and my friends were listening to in 8th grade and 9th grade. Like, so, I mean, you know, we rocked Voodoo and shit back in the day.
Oh, Voodoo's a great song. I like Voodoo.
Yeah, and then
but
when
when
Prince
I
Persia
Stand
Warrior
Alone
Within
came
came out, I was like, what the fuck's everybody mad about? The soundtrack fucking rocks. Like,
But then you know, they tried to recreate I Stand Alone for like the next 3 to 5 years, and it fucked their sound up.
Yeah.
It fucked up everyone's perception.
they kind of lost their uniqueness.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, they didn't, because they just copied themselves. But you know,
Yeah.
they ceased to innovate
Yeah.
in any way.
Well, they
And
got their innovation back years
if you could
later,
argue
but by
that they
then it
were
was too
innovative
late.
to start with, but in my opinion, just having a dude that sounds like Sully Erna on vocals is already a bit of innovation because he's got such a unique voice.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I mean, obviously you don't have to put forth effort for that, but like he does have a really unique voice, and they had a lot of potential. And I haven't heard anything from them in 20 years that I was just like, this rocks, like that slaps, like So I don't know. But I did like Voodoo.
Yeah,
Voodoo was very good.
All right, here's the second part.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing both parts on the same video.
Well, that first part was only 3 minutes.
Yeah, but we took like 20 minutes doing it.
Jesus, you're right. This is gonna be interesting.
I have shit to say about music.
Leonard Skinner held a grudge long enough to name themselves after their old gym teacher. Rush, you know you thought Geddy Lee was a girl your first time.
No, I didn't.
No, I thought Claudio Sanchez was a girl when I first heard Coheed. Because the first song I heard was Favorite House Atlantic, and I watched the video and I was like, oh, that's funny. They had like a female vocalist, but they got like a dude singing the song over it, in the video. And then I was like reading about it, and I was like, oh, this angelic voice that's just like, I was like listening to the other songs and looking at the other videos, and I was like, oh, he sounds like that. Okay, never mind.
Actually, I will. Here's what I'll say about Rush. My one thing I'll say about Rush is the only band where the guitar player is the least popular member in it.
Probably true, yeah.
Well, I mean, look, you got friggin' Geddy Lee on bass.
He's literally the only, him and Neil Peart. Like, I mean,
don't get me wrong, I love
the guitar
Alex
player's
Lifeson.
the only one that I don't know his name.
Alex
so.
Lifeson.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. So
Well, again,
there you go.
Well, again, Alex is a great guitar player. It's just with these two creative powerhouses, I mean, it's hard to be creative and stand out when you're playing against, Geddy Lee and Neil Peart. I mean, come on, dude.
Linkin Park, also known as the blade that lost its edge. Kiss, they're so rock and roll that they play dress up. Tom Petty, singing like it's his last strawberry daiquiri. Genesis, proof that Phil Collins ruins everything. The Grateful Dead, voted the most undeservedly annoying
Hey,
fan
wait.
base.
Phil Collins destroyed that Tarzan soundtrack. You should.
Well, no. He destroyed Genesis after he left. That's what he's referring to.
Well, it ruins everything, but he did not ruin the Tarzan soundtrack. I have to defend him on that.
I'll relent on that and say yes.
I have to defend him on that one.
Yeah, but also the Grateful Dead, Jesus Christ, the amount of old people I've heard saying, Jerry Garcia, man, he's the greatest guitar player ever, bro.
Grateful Dead is like the one band that I'm just like, I wasn't high enough when they were playing live shows to have an appreciation from them, and that's the only way I can justify to myself. Or that's the only way I can justify to myself, like the reason that everyone else seems to like them so much is like they had to have been old enough to go to a show and be really fucking high, and there was just something about it that I missed out on because I don't get it. Like everything I've heard by them, I'm just like, this sounds like background noise.
Well, again,
like this is elevator
Casey
music.
Jones is probably the one song that I know the most by him, and even then, outside of that, I mean...
And I will also say that their bear mascot, I think, got them more popularity than their music. Because that bear mascot was on fucking everything in the 90s. Like,
Also,
you couldn't buy anything from anywhere without that bear being on it, and I feel like a lot of people wore that without even listening to the band or ever smoking weed in their life.
Also, Jerry Garcia's guitar. His guitar, I would say, is probably... dang it, where is it?
Also, like how we're turning...
Yeah, right there.
We're turning a video about summarizing bands in one sentence into, like, us summarizing bands in, like, 9,000 sentences.
That's my favorite thing about Jerry Garcia is his guitar.
That is a kick-ass guitar.
I love that guitar so damn much.
For sure. Yeah, it's like we're basically turning a video about summarizing bands in one sentence into like 1,000 sentences.
Why not?
Judas Priest. He wore a sleeveless leather jacket and you couldn't tell that Rob Halford was gay. Megadeth. Oh yeah? Well, I bet I can sing worse than you, James. Guns N' Roses. Couldn't decide if the guitar player or the singer was more important.
The guitarist / is a much more preferable human being than Axl.
Yeah.
Van Halen found out that the guitar player was more important. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Proof that you can be sued for sounding too much like yourself.
I would also say Family
What?
Feud. You didn't know about that?
No, what happened?
John Fogerty got sued for writing a song in his solo career 10 years after he quit Creedence Clearwater Revival.
That sounded too much like
That
Creedence
sounded
Clearwater
too much
Revival.
like Run Through the Jungle.
Who sued him?
David Geffen.
Like another member of Creedence Clearwater?
No, the record company owner.
The record.
David Geffen sued John Fogerty for sounding too much like himself.
Did Fogerty win?
Yes.
Thank God.
Well, it's because you know what they did?
That's absolutely absurd.
They actually got a guitar, handed John Fogerty a guitar, and he played both songs back to back in the courtroom, and the court was just like, they sound similar, but they're not the same. Rule in favor of John Fogerty. I know. This is why David Geffen is single-handedly one of the worst villains in music recording.
It's like I told Paradoxum when they fucking told me that they were replacing me with the bassist on vocals and they didn't need me anymore, that I was like, all right, I reserve the right to all of my lyrics then. It's like if they tried to sue me for using my lyrics that I fucking wrote in another song, like now, like with a different band like Altergrave, like that I'm still in, like it's like y'all can go fuck yourselves. And I will be hiring the best lawyer I can find to tell you all where to shove it.
David Bowie.
Uh-oh.
David.
I would also say another thing about Creedence Clearwater Revival. Family Feud, the band. Because John and Tom Fogerty couldn't get along. I would also say that about fucking Oasis as well, because Noel and Liam cannot get along.
That's even worse. Yeah, Oasis is bad.
Oh, it was bad with John and Tom, dude. Like a literal fist fight in the studio and on stage.
I haven't heard as much about that, but I hear all kinds of shit about Oasis all the time.
Oh, dude, Noel and Liam are. I would say they're just as bad as John and Tom. Anyway, sorry.
David Bowie sang with the voice of an angel, if that angel sang exclusively through his nose. Radiohead or Proto Muse. Santana. He's lucky he isn't paid by the note. Bob Dylan. You know, he had the money to hire a singer, right? Yes, was the answer that they gave when Steve Howe asked if his guitar tone was thin enough. Prince. Voted the #1 fan of Prince. Steely Dan. It is easy to talk shit, but man, are they good. Sex Pistols.
They are. Steely Dan gets way too much shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never really listened to much of Steely Dan.
Well, again, it's their composition that really wins them over. In terms of pop success, they had a good amount, but they were more known for their technical prowess in terms of their music, and a lot of people look back on them now and are just like, damn, these guys were good.
Every time I hear the name Steely Dan, I'm like, that's kind of a cool name, and that's about as far as I get. I don't know, I just never heard them much.
Who would have guessed Anarchy would have ended poorly? Oasis. Proof that an inter-band feud doesn't always make good music. The White Stripes. I hear that fake incest is trending on certain websites.
Oh, God.
Yeah, didn't people think they were brother and sister back in the day?
Jack called Meg his sister, even though they were married before.
Right. Yeah, that's weird.
They were married for 4 years. They got divorced. They still kept playing music together. And in interviews, when they started to really get famous, he was just like, and this is my sister, Meg White. And then people found out that they were previously married and just assumed that it was true. But it's not. Meg, it turns out, Jack, his last name is not originally White. Turns out he took Meg's last name. Meg's original last name was White.
I actually didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Rod Stewart. Making the derp face before it was a meme. Frank Zappa. The world's smartest troll.
Yeah!
Tool. It's coming out this year, I swear. Ted Nugent shreds the guitar as hard as he shreds all the trespassers on his ranch. Pantera hopes that everyone forgets the power metal album. Slayer.
Yeah, that power metal album was not the best.
Riffs like a bodybuilder and solos like Parkinson's disease.
Wow. Also, I'm sure now that, Phil
Anselmo
has been accused of saying certain things, I'm sure he doesn't want the word power brought up anywhere near him anymore.
Well, actually, that's the crazy thing. The power metal album was before his time. The power metal album, that was when they had Terry Glaze as their lead singer. And it wasn't until Cowboys from Hell that Phil joined up.
It's like some guy walks up to him and is like, hey man, I heard you said white power on stage. And he's like, no, I fucking didn't. Go away. And there's another guy walks in, hey man, I heard you made that power. No, I wasn't even on that album.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
It's like, what?
Like, dude, lay off.
Huey Lewis in the news. I also remember Back to the Future. Primus, voted most likely to get abducted by aliens. Joe Satriani, voted most like...
I feel like there are other bands out nowadays that have taken that title from Primus, though.
But you got to think for their time.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Primus is more likely to me, like, there's a different descriptor there I could come up with, but I'm a gimlet and a beer in, and I don't know if I can come up with a good one right now or not.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to.
Primus, there's all kinds of things you can say about Primus, and it would likely be true. They're a weird band.
You know, I'll say one
They're
thing.
a weird band, but they're a very likable band.
Here's a hot take for you Primus fans.
Also, as my assistant manager always said, that ain't how you play bass.
Don't tell that to Les Claypool. He'll slap you in the face. And then he'll slap his bass.
I've never personally had a problem with it. I just
I
thought it was funny the way
style.
he said that. He was just like, that's not how you play a bass. I was like,
That's not how you play a bass.
I think he probably knows that, Travis.
All of a sudden, you just hear the Primus's music stop, and then Les Claypool walks out the back room and just like, don't tell me how to live my life. Just walks back in there. Gets back to playing Jerry Was a Race Car Driver. But, yeah, I would say, hey, Primus fans, Primus rules.
Aliens. Joe Satriani, voted most likely to tell everyone he was abducted by aliens. Steve Vai, voted most likely to be an alien. Guar, do-it-yourself...
Satriani does have a song called Surfing with the Aliens, so he has technically told people that he surfed with an aliens.
Yeah.
Guar, do-it-yourself masters and a true inspiration.
Yes.
Creed, makes me want to find Jesus so I can be saved from Creed. Cake, the world...
So that my favorite comedian has a joke about
Chris Porter.
Creed, you know, is basically like, yeah, so this really whiny rock band came out back in the 90s, and they're called Creed, and everybody was like, get them out of here. So then Nickelback came out, and everybody was like, somebody call Creed.
I apologize.
Somebody needs to take me higher than Nickelback.
I'm ready to embrace them with arms wide open.
Pretty much, yeah.
After all this Nickelback, I'm feeling really weathered.
I don't really know much about Creed, but they had one song, and it was like for one of the Scream movies.
Oh, that was
What If? It was called What If. It was bitching.
Well, again,
that was a badass song.
Dude, Tremonti and his riff on that. Holy shit.
That's a great riff.
Cake, the world's darkest ska band. Rob
Who
Zombie,
was that?
the true horror is watch. Cake, the world's darkest ska band.
Cake?
Only heard like one of their songs. It could be true. I don't know.
Rob Zombie, the true horror is watching him play an instrument. Randy Newman. Are you serious? Enya, what being bored sounds like. Yngwie Malmsteen, you will be amazed by how many people don't care that he can play that fast. Bjork.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, he has a third one. Holy shit.
Are we going to try to do the third one right now?
My band Cruz.
Why not? I mean, we've gone this far. We're already 2/3 of the way down this.
I'll try to stop talking quite as much.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I wanted to record with you with alcohol in your system, because you're more active. You're more active.
So I'll piss off all the people in the comments. It's like, stop pausing the video!
And I'm just like, and here's the thing. You know what I'm going to do just for that? Every one of you out there who says, tell us to stop pausing the video, I'm going to play the video like this just for you.
My band Crusade is releasing an album this month. Not telling you to release.
Are you still here?
Because
if you're still here, it's still going to keep going.
Wait.
Go ahead and subscribe.
That's annoying me too, though.
What?
That.
What, him?
No, you playing the video like that.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel in the link in the description.
He don't give a fuck. It's his birthday. He can do what
I
he
don't
wants.
care. Look, here's the thing. People want to complain in our comment section about us pausing the video too much. That's the thing. We're a reaction channel. If you wanna sit there and do nothing channel, go watch Jinx. I'm sure he's still doing shit.
Damn.
What? I'm sick and tired of people telling us, "Oh, stop pausing the video," and it's just like, what do you want from us, huh? What do you want from us? You want us to just sit here and just be like, yeah, it's pretty good. Go watch the original video. Click his name in the title of the video. It's right fucking there. You ingrates. You fucking half-wits. I am sick of hearing about you. I'm sick of hearing from you. I'm sick of seeing your stupid little names and saying, just lost a subscriber. Guess what? You were never subscribed. I can tell when you've been subscribed to our channel. And most of you have never subscribed once. I don't care anymore. God damn, I am sick of these assholes.
I literally told somebody on Discord the other day, I was like, yeah, we're a reaction channel. And I was like, but I should probably say that we don't really treat it like normal reaction channels most of the time. Like, we're more of like a podcast, like review discussion channel. Like, we review things, give our thoughts on it, actually talk about what we're watching. Like, so, I mean, like, you get our reaction to stuff. Like, you get us being like, drive! And, you know, sorry.
Oh, that was...
Might want to put a headphone warning before that, but, post-production Nate. Like, during Stranger Things. But, you know, you also get what we fucking think about stuff. Which, if you're not here for what we think about stuff, why are you here?
Get fucked. That's all I can say.
Our uploads, and let's get into it. U2, a Michelin star gourmet peanut butter sandwich. The Stone Roses, a single piece of Wonder Bread with margarine. Avenged Sevenfold, apparently the only band too cool for Mike Portnoy. Death, Schrodinger's band, somehow underrated and overrated at the same time. Burzum, sounds exactly like your grandma smells. Incubus, make yourself try to remember another album name. The Mars Volta, if a Tim and Eric sketch took itself seriously.
Fuck, he's right.
What?
I can't remember another album name.
From Incubus?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Was Megalomaniac an album name or just a single? Hang on. I gotta find out now.
I don't know.
I gotta find out now.
I don't know.
So if it is, then I'll win. But if it's not, then he's right.
If it's not, then he's right.
Yeah. Because literally, like, one of the only albums I have songs off of them is literally called, like, The Best of Incubus, which is, like, you know, not any better.
Name.
Nope.
Nope. He wins.
Yeah, now that I see the names, I'm just like, oh. Like, Make Yourself, Morning View.
Damn.
Which one was fucking Megalomaniac on?
You can look at their singles. The cats. The cats, they be running.
Yeah. There's a Monuments and Melodies. I've never even seen that album cover. I worked at a music store for like 7 years. Weird. There's some kind of like weird, in my opinion, Mandela shit going on with Incubus right now.
Maybe. I don't know.
I like Incubus. I like Incubus.
You know what?
That's a tongue twister. I like Incubus. Try saying I like Incubus 5 times fast.
I like Incubus. I like Incubus. I like Incubus. I like Incubus. I like Incubus.
All right, you haven't drank as much as I have though.
I had 2 shots just like you. Although technically you did have a heavier kind of liquor. Oh, and a beer. Yeah. So you've been drinking a lot.
Almost 94 proof.
Also, yeah, I'm having some Mr. Beast chocolate. Let's see.
No, I knocked it in the gap.
Come on, Nick, you got it? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's snacks here.
Uh-huh. It's good. This is the new Mr. Beast milk chocolate, and I gotta say, pretty damn good. Ow.
Smells good. Excuse me. Anyway.
Sorry.
Mars Volta, if a Tim and Eric sketch took itself seriously. 21 Pilots, somehow deserves and doesn't deserve the hate that they get. Imagine Dragons, if you thought they sounded bad now, you should listen to the 2 EPs they don't list publicly anymore, called Speak to Me and a self-titled EP. Really, you should go do that. Nightwish, music for people so goth they can't admit they like musicals. Mr. Bungle, the most normal thing about the band is the name. Polyphia, so goat that they needed to make every song sound exactly like that one. Daft Punk, aka Robot Sex. Night Verses, the best band you never heard of. Sabaton,
Can we go back to Polyphia real quick? I want to rant for a second.
Right there?
I just dropped chocolate on the floor, damn it. So, yeah, he's so goat, they had to make every song sound like that one, and I'm like, exactly, and their guitarist went on this fucking rant that pissed me off, that basically no musicians in the metal scene nowadays try to add anything unique to anything that they do. Like, he's basically saying all music is pretty much exactly the same, and it all fucking sucks. And he's basically like, we don't suck because we're doing something different. And it was like,
so
yeah, you make little
history.
plingy, plucky sounds on your guitar while you play. You're a really good guitarist, but I just hate people with overblown egos like that.
So Phil Fish.
Like, Tosin Abasi, like, destroys you, and he's, like, humble as shit. Like, he wouldn't even accept a solo album because he was too humble to be like, he was like, that sounds egotistical to put my name on an album like that. So that's why he made Animals as leaders. Like, I just hate people that have such a huge fucking ego like that. Like, I get that you're fucking good, and, like, you, to an extent, deserve to have an ego, but when you say some shit like that, you just kind of rub me the wrong way.
Fair enough.
That one. Daft Punk, a.k.a. Robot Sex.
Accurate.
Night Verses, the best band you never heard of. Sabaton, a.k.a.
I actually have
Metal
heard of them.
ABBA. Ghost.
What?
I actually have heard of them.
Oh, wow, look at you.
They're really good.
Well, he was actually into underground metal, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, God. Alright, Charles, I'm eating chocolate with no drink left.
And you never heard of. Sabaton, a.k.a. Metal ABBA. Ghost. Lamau, that's not metal. The Clash.
Yep,
Just
that's
a
what
couple
fucking
of
everybody
tone-deaf
says about 'em. That's what fucking everyone says about him. I'm glad to hear that the way he says that indicates to me that he doesn't
serious.
agree.
Lamau, that's not metal.
It's like, they're fucking metal. They just may not be your fucking preference. Like, but it's undeniable. Like, they have so much, like, Black Sabbath inspiration to their music. Like, you're full of shit. If you say they're not metal.
That's not metal. The Clash. Just a couple of tone-deaf tans. Limp Bizkit would probably sound amazing with literally anyone else as the frontman.
True.
You've been saying that for years.
True. I mean, they would be a lot more tolerable, too, because Fred Durst is just such a giant douche novel.
Children
At least
of Bodom.
was.
Chaotic Neutral. Kairos. My friends, and I love these boys. Go ahead and check them out in the link in the description. Toto. One toe for each song that you can remember.
See, Africa, Hold the Line.
That's two, yeah.
What's the...
I got none. I got nothing.
They had another one.
I got nothing.
I know it because me and my dad, we used to like cranking classic rock, and I remember Toto had multiple.
This is too tasty, and I have no drink. I'm going to choke myself to death on it.
Like I told you, man, it's good shit. Rosanna, that's it.
Never heard it.
Rosanna, Rosanna. It gets forgotten because it was on the album that had Africa. Once Africa came out, it was all over, and then I'll Be Over You is another pretty good one. I Won't Hold Back. Yeah.
Never heard any of those.
Again.
I got Hold the Line in Africa, so he was 100% right for me.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
Stone Sour, just less interesting Slipknot.
Yep.
Five Finger Death Punch, what Monster Energy drink sounds like. Dragon Force, music like John Wick, and lyrics like if Tenacious D weren't self-aware. Dirty Loops, Progressive Backstreet Boys, apparently. Katie, Def
I don't know who they
Leppard,
are.
The Real Hysteria is trying to find another good album.
Pyromania, bro. Pyromania is a fucking great album. Also, High and Dry's a good album too. I mean, come on. I don't know what the fuck you're on about that. Hysteria is not even their best album. Pyromania is my favorite album of theirs.
Anamarth, what a Strength 10, Intelligence 2 build sounds like.
Yeah.
Except our very own neoclassical AC/DC, and don't you dare drink that Kool-Aid. Yanni, God
Oh, by the way,
royalty free.
what I will say about a Strength 10 to Intelligence build is still valuable to the party.
Yes. I mean, look at Grog.
Mm-hmm.
Free music. Smashing Pumpkins, a mildly amusing acid trip, but in stereo. Beastie Boys, literally the whitest kids you know. The Who, how you were reminded Mongolia still exists.
No, I remember because I wanted to be a history teacher.
I remember because of South Park.
Goddamn Mongolian! You tear down my shitty wall.
Yep. And I remembered again because of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
Because
there you
I
go.
killed a fucking lot of Mongolians playing that game. They deserved it. They were invading Japan at the time.
There's actually an MMA fighter from China whose moniker, his nickname is the Mongolian Murderer. And Joe Rogan was wondering if Bruce Buffer would actually say that nickname. And he did.
Also,
Whitey.
by the way, about Mongolia, is I can do this for those of you watching that still haven't heard this yet. So there you go.
Just so you know, Genghis Khan currently has 40 million ancestors because of the amount of copulation that he did with other people.
I guess I'm one of them.
And I would say Nick is probably related. He's probably in that gene pool somewhere.
Tame Impala, sounds like the feeling you get waiting in the line at the DMV. Steel Panther, I have chlamydia now, thanks. Gentle Giant, sounds like what normies think D&D is. Journey, I'm still waiting for the world to admit that Separate Ways is a better song than Don't Stop Believing.
It is! Separate Ways is a much better song than friggin' Don't Stop Believing.
Hang on one second.
What? What?
I gotta make sure before I say this that I am correct in thinking another song that I think is by Journey.
What's the name of it?
I'm not gonna say it out loud. Yep, Will in the Sky is also better.
Oh, dude, Will in the Sky's a great one.
Will in the Sky destroys Don't Stop Believing, and you can fight
Will in
me.
the sky keeps on turning.
That's a kick-ass song.
I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
That's my favorite song by him.
Yeah, that one. Also, let's see, Separate Ways, I think just has a sense of urgency to it that is missing from Don't Stop Believing. Don't Stop Believing is just that go-to power ballad. And also, I love the fact that he shows both the main lead singers here. You have Steve Perry right here in the middle, and then you have Arnel Pineda.
Well, it's like, if Journey was a band that has a bit of something for everyone, Don't Stop Believing is something for all the white girls in the crowd, and then Will in the Sky is like me being like, oh, hell yeah, that's epic. Like,
The wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
yeah, that's there's something for me. Like,
Yeah, fair enough.
Not gonna change my mind. Igor, the musical equivalent of the blue screen of death. Chicago,
Never
I'm
listened to
very sad how underappreciated they are.
You want to know why? Because, again, Peter Cetera is a douchebag. And a lot of people don't appreciate Terry Kath.
I mean, there's just so many bands that have douchebags in them that people do appreciate, though.
But again, after Peter Cetera left, everyone was just like, "Oh, band's dead. Nobody should pay attention to Chicago anymore." It's like, what? And I'm saying that Chicago died whenever Terry Kath died. I mean, after Terry Kath passed away, I can't really think of another Chicago album that I prefer more than those first 6 or 7 that Terry Kath was on. I mean, come on, dude. Anyway.
The Talking Heads, name a song other than Psycho Killer.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. I know there are, because the Talking Heads were pretty good mainstays in the new wave phase.
Yeah, never really been into new wave very much.
Mouth, somebody needs to murder that meme, please. Stay tuned for that Crusade album. It's coming at you real soon. Rock on.
All right.
Yeah. The only one I vehemently disagree with him with, and I don't understand the Coheed, but I vehemently disagree with the Doors.
Outside of that, I mean,
Other than that, it's pretty good
pretty
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
I liked the Slayer one too. That one was like riffs. What was it? Riffs like it was something.
Don't
epic.
ask me. I got ADD.
Riffs like.
I done forgot almost everything he said.
And with that, I think it's time for us to end the video.
Plus, you're gonna get claimed for that.
Oh, I'm
anyway,
probably
so-
going to cut that part
Yeah,
out of the
cut it
video.
out.
So anyway, everyone, thank you all very much for tuning in. Until next time, though, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
Take care, everyone.
I'm off to feed my kitty.
And that's not a metaphor. He literally is going to feed his cat named Vega.